Hi, Cancer. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, especially to my Irish cancers out there. Um, so I thought we might all use some luck of the Irish, whether we're Irish or not. So I decided to do a fortune reading. What we have here for you, despite it being a St. Patrick's Day reading, it is this doesn't feel like it's happening right away. This feels like a projection to me. I had a little talk with Spirit, and they agreed that this is probably going to happen closer towards May when Pluto retrogrades back into Capricorn for a bit. I believe it's until November, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, let's get into it, right? You have the chain here, chain of events that will affect your life. This is what I'm talking about. Whatever chain of events these are, it's not going to happen right away. This is like summertime type uh, time frame. So it's a heads up. Forest, muddled and unclear thinking. And then you have peace and harmony here, which tells me that this chain of events is going to be overwhelming because muddled and unclear thinking next to peace and harmony tells me that this is like fear and overwhelm. That this chain of events is going to be like, you're going to feel like a deer in headlights. But Spirit is saying, persevere and you will overcome problems. Okay? With peace and harmony. This is kind of like focus on one thing at a time and you'll be able to untangle it all, right? Time to act. So this is also where I got the deer in headlights feeling, where a deer in headlights obviously is not acting. They're just kind of frozen and afraid. So this message is, if you focus on the task at hand, things won't seem as daunting as it looks. So let's get our St. Patrick's Day message out. Now, this deck, it's a tarot deck, but somehow it's thicker than other tarot decks, and it's hard for me to hold the deck all together. So I'm going to shuffle it in portions. What do we got, Spirit? Let's have our center card first, please, Spirit. Let's have the focus, the center card. What does Cancer have to focus on? Okay. 8 of Wands. Okay. So here's the overwhelm that I'm talking about. What a beautiful card, huh? This is a great deck. My St. Patrick's Day deck. Okay. Maybe that's it. Yep. More from here. What else we got? What else we got, Spirit? So 8 of Wands is things happening swiftly. This is the chain of events. It's not surprising to me that this is the middle card. So this might be like something happening at work in your business, and then your family suddenly needs your attention for whatever reason, you know, and then your car breaks down, and it's like when it rains, it pours type situation. Okay, two more cards, please. It's our next card. But in looking at those events that I just mentioned, you're just going to need to prioritize things. There's a thing at work, but then, your kids call with some kind of crisis. You put down what you're doing at work and you see what it is that your kids need, and you take care of that. And whatever is going on at work or your business, you're going to have to say, listen, I'm sorry, there's something happening with my family. Okay. King of Cups totally makes sense in this. Okay. What's our fifth card? The card stock for this is very heavy. Like each card is very thick, which makes the entire deck thicker. It's the same amount of cards, but just that I got little hints, so it makes it hard for me to handle. Well, we got spirit. This one. Okay. Five of Wands. Yeah. This all Four of Pentacles. Yes. Page of Cups. Okay. We got King of Cups and Page of Cups here. Okay. Very clear here. So Eight of Wands, right, is in the traditional deck is the whole bunch of wands that are flying. Um, and this talks about the chain of events, so lots of things happening at once. But Spirit is saying that, you know, there might be, and this diagonal too, of course, there might be an air of agitation if not only in your own minds, but also in other people's minds. Like, um, a lot of people may be demanding a lot from you and getting annoyed at you, but you're going to need to manage that with understanding and love instead of coming back at them snapping. You're going, which the King of Cups also talks about this, the King of Cups upright. This is suggesting that you use his energy, that the King of Cups is one who, doesn't sweat under the pressure. He doesn't let his emotions get the best of him. He is cool like a cucumber. Things come across, he comes across things and he's like, okay, I'll deal with that. Okay. Um, you know, Yeah, okay, you just called me an a-hole, but I'm not going to take offense to that. I know you've got whatever you've got going. I'm stressed out too, but I'm not going to add to anyone else's stress, least of all my own, and I'm just going to, you know, approach this with love, which is what both of these are saying. This is love and understanding. Um, so this is kind of, yeah, they're both pretty much the same message. Here you have Five of Wands with conflict. This is the sparring one, where people are like, you know, banging wands. Um, and then you have lots of things happening. So, of course, people are going to be clashing. But Page of Cups is um, seeing things with not necessarily with rose colored glasses, but with a rosy approach, um, with uh, kind of a decision to not be annoyed. You're going to have self talk. Yes, you're annoyed. You're going to acknowledge your anger and your stress and your overwhelm, but I'm not going to approach it with low vibration. I'm going to try and approach this with as high of a vibration as I can. This one says the same thing. Four of Pentacles is about over controlling. This is the Rider Waite one where he's sitting in the chair clutching his coins. He's got both feet on coins. He's clutching one in the to his chest and one on his head. He's really so this is trying not to micromanage things and taking a moment to see peace and harmony too, right? We've got these three cards kind of highlighting the peace and harmony here. When you're feeling like this, when you have to over control and micromanage things, it's the time to take a breath, okay? Because all of this is going to pass. Okay, nope, we're done with those. Okay, where's Cancer's fortune? So, Spirit obviously knows that this is St. Patrick's Day fortune uh, message, but ah, that's really interesting because this Nine of Cups also came out for Aries, I believe, where Aries was actually fortunate enough to have, talk about love approaching them. And I was like, but Spirit, this is about fortune, right? And as soon as I said that, this card came out. So this is Fortune's way, Spirit's way of saying, yeah, yeah, it's coming, but we need to discuss this first. Okay. So this is obviously a block or a delay to your fortune. So this is kind of like, don't let this delay, don't let this situation be a delay to your fortune because you do have fortune coming. This is a man who is, uh, you know, sitting with everything that all of his worldly possessions and everything that makes him comfortable and satisfied in life, you know, on a, like a dais, a banquet table that he's ready to partake in. So there is fortune coming. Okay. What else? The Emperor. You see, we're going to put him over the King of Cups. In order, the Emperor is always poised. Okay? He doesn't let things fluster him. And he's very confident that he has the resources, the wherewithal, the intelligence, the competence to get things done, no matter how overwhelming things are. Because let's not forget, an emperor has also been in battle. He has led people through battles. He understands what an overwhelming situation is like, and he knows how to manage them, right? And how does he do that? By keeping his wits about him and not allowing himself to be overwhelmed and flustered. Oops. What else we got? Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. We're going to put over the Five of Wands here. Queen of Wands always wins. Okay? So does the King of Wands. These are winners here. These are people who know how to win. People who, and I know for the returning viewers, you've heard me say before, welcome back, that the Queen of Wands is holding a sunflower here, which is a perpetual positive attitude towards whatever she faces, right? So that's why she came out here because this reinforces this peace and harmony, and that a good attitude will serve you well and will get you through it much quicker than if you are, freaking out and angry about it or upset. What else we got, Spirit? Oops. What else we got, Spirit? Oh, Ace of Ace of Wands. Time to act, right? This is doing things, taking things one thing at a time, one bite at a time, one step at a time, climbing that mountain 1 foot at a time with the help of spirit. If you ask for the help, if you focus on the help that you know that's available to you from your spirit guides, through each step, there needs to be kind of a huddle like, okay, what's the game plan, Spirit? How are we going to tackle this? And that help will be given to you. The Knight of Pentacles. So perfect, Spirit. The Knight of Pentacles, he is the one knight in the deck that is seemingly standing still. He's not like the page, the Knight of Swords that's, raging forward. His horse is galloping and he's charging forward. The Knight of Pentacles is taking it easy. He's assessing his surroundings. He's got his big pentacle in his hands. He is confident that he's going to get his goals completed, but he's taking a beat, right? And he's certainly one to persevere, to overcome his obstacles. This is the camel here, okay? Okay. Any more tarot? No, we're done with tarot. Um, Messages from the universe. Yeah. Okay. So, what are the messages from the universe that we have for Cancer? If you didn't get something you really wanted at this time, if you feel stuck or feel like things are not going according to your plans, know that something bigger and better is coming. It's something filled with divine magic that couldn't come into your life if you were to receive what you're asking for now, right? So this addresses pretty much everything this whole situation here, but also this Nine of Cups here, where I was like, but Spirit, what about the fortune part of the reading? So this again is reinforcing this Nine of Cups message where Spirit is saying, take it easy, it's coming. You're going to need to go through this first. You're going to need to walk through the fire, unfortunately, first to get to this magic blessing that the universe has for you. So, patience, pretty much. Okay, let's get a soul truth card. There we are. What else could this mean? Ooh. There are always multiple ways to look at every situation. That is absolutely the truth. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? Okay, so this is very much what the message of the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles tells us, that when you come across a snag in the road, you're going to need to stop and assess things and then ask Spirit for help. And by the way, one of my own practices in life, um, that I came up with during a certain heavy spiritual awakening that I went through years ago was, whenever I'm in an adverse situation, I always ask myself, what am I supposed to be learning here? Right? So that's what this is about. There's going to be a chain of events that you're going to need to get through, but not just get through. You're going to need to stop and take a beat and assess each leg of this journey and figure out what it is that the universe is trying to teach you during each step of this situation. Is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment, right? Or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? Oh my God, such an amazing message, right? These are all really great tools for you to take into this chain of events. So remind yourself, keep this video. And when the shite starts hitting the fan, you need to ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this? How is this happening for me and not to me? What tools can I take with me moving forward? So fantastic. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we have here? Um, Ganesh, unicorn message, Esther Hicks. Okay. Oh, you know what? Before we do Esther Hicks, let's do money and career. Okay. We'll do a few money and career. This is another deck that's like so fat it's hard to. Okay. Let's have four cards, Spirit. Or do you have four messages? Yes. Okay. Future. Plan for the future. While living in the present, you are always supported by Spirit. Your psychic abilities can bring you prosperity. That goes with the Ace of Wands here. What else we got, Spirit? Harmony. It's important for you to have quiet, peaceful work atmosphere in order for you to thrive. Working at home or for you. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. I have a tickle in my throat. It's important for you to have a quiet, peaceful work atmosphere in order for you to thrive. Working at home or for yourself is best. If you are on the 9 to 5 track, you might, through these chain of events, start to realize that it's not worth being in this job. But of course, we're not going to make any hasty decisions, right? We have the Nine of Pentacles here, the Knight of Pentacles. And we're going to think things through before we go stomping off, obviously. Um, and I'm sure when the time gets to it during the summer, this is all going to arise again. Um, but I mean, feel free to hop in the comments if you're feeling overwhelmed and tell me about it. You know, I love to engage with you guys in the comments section. A lot of you already know that. You've been chatting with me in the comments. And I may do another video about it. Frozen. There may be a hiring freeze or no new work now. Being aloof can leave you out in the cold. A warm follow up gets you in the door. Okay, so this is really starting to look like you are right time to act, right? This definitely goes with that time to act. Being aloof can leave you out in the cold. So for you, it's not really aloofness, it's more like indecision, you know? But I mean, don't be stressed about it. This is just something to ponder and be aware of. It's not going to be that overwhelming. Are we still using this half of the deck? Yes. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. We definitely wanted something there. I felt it. There. Ending. You may leave a position or be terminated. Oh dear. However, there's always a new opportunity ahead. You may change careers entirely. Okay. So everybody calm down. I know this is, and I mean, I don't mean to laugh about it. I'm not laughing in that way. Um, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just trying to lighten things up. Um, you can look at this in two ways. You can be upset and startled or frightened about it, or you can be grateful that spirit is giving you this heads up. This may be, um, you know, the little heads up you need to start putting your ducks in order so that this chain of events that's coming towards you will be, less impactful. You can be proactive and start to look for work elsewhere now, or start working on your business that you have in your head. Because a lot of you, I know, are starting to really assess your situation and you have ideas and things that you can do on your own. So the last thing is Esther Hicks, unless there are any other decks. No, we've got Esther Hicks. This is Law of Attraction, Esther and Jerry Hicks. Mm, yes. I see myself, let's see what we have here. I see myself enjoying perfect well being. Okay. So this is reassurance from spirit that, everything's going to be okay. We've got all this chain of events and endings and everything happening here. Again, you can choose to see this in two ways, in a negative way, a positive way. We all know that looking at things in a negative view is always going to make things more difficult for us. So if we try and find the gratitude in our daily lives, it will leave a breadcrumb trail to things that are beneficial to us. And we may be able to bypass some of the negative um, things in the chain of events. I see myself in perfect health with absolute prosperity and invigorated with life. I am appreciating this physical life that I wanted as I decided to be a physical being. It is glorious to be here making decisions with my physical brain, but assessing the power of the universe through the power of the law of attraction. Okay? So now the message is complete, where this chain of events is an opportunity for you to pick up one of the pieces of the puzzle in the law of attraction. The universe tends to put us in adverse situations. It's kind of like sink or swim type thing where you're put in a situation, and although you're protected, it's kind of like parents who, kind of, if they're really good, smart parents, will not hover over the child. They'll kind of back up and, let the kids stumble and fall and learn how to do things on their own instead of hovering over them and trying to do everything for them. But anyway, this is the universe kind of letting you stumble, putting new situations in front of you so you can learn to overcome them and then learn some magical tools on the way. I know there are dozens of tales if we were all in a room together right now that we would have to share with each other about our own experiences and our own adverse situations and the things that we learned about it, right? And in looking back at it, you're grateful for what you learned from it, and it doesn't feel nearly as bad looking back as it was in the moments. So, if you're able to learn how to harness that in the present, right, instead of just being grateful in hindsight, you can learn to be present and learn to be grateful in the present. If you guys don't know him and haven't listened or read his teachings, Eckhart Tolle is very helpful with that because he teaches presence, um, which is very, very, very difficult to do in this day and age with all the things that are going on in TikTok and Instagram and our daily lives and all the stimuli coming at us all the time. It's very, very difficult for us just put the phone down, turn the chatter off, and focus on the present. But as you learn that practice, you'll see how it can transform your everyday life in dealing with adverse situations and learning how to diffuse them. Okay? So I think that is the message. Yes, Spirit says that is the complete message. I hope that this filled you with determination and hope instead of dread. Um, Let me know how you feel about the reading. Which one of those things are you feeling? A combination, something else that I haven't mentioned. Um, I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Love, light, and many blessings. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Cancer.